Well, good morning from my very private bedroom. This is my dresser, which had turned out to be a bit of a disaster, but which I suddenly fell in love with again because I think it's come up really well. And I've put it all back to normal. Let me put the light on just in case it's shine about it. I had a very busy day yesterday. I was laundering all my internal stuff from my wardrobe. Incidentally, this is my very first joinery project from when I was about 9 or 10 years old. I've kept it all the time. It's for a selection of keys. I like lavender. I was saying that there. It's obviously a moth repellent as well, but for my built-in wardrobe I've got stacks and stacks of clothes. In fact, everything in my drawers here it's mostly all new. These are all new stuff. I think I should. Yeah, these are new as well. These woolen socks. I've got these are fine Cheviot socks. I mean, I like my nice things. I was actually just pulled out my shoes for the. Usually they need a clean up. That's what I was going to do. I've got them all stored in these boxes here, and I slipped them in the corner. So about £1,000 worth of shoes. These, I mean, these have been worn, but they also need a clean up, a proper polish. They've been in the box. I've not worn them for a while, and I do love all these shoes. Very smart, but as I say, they need to be properly polished and put some of the what do you call it, any? Oh, why is your brain not working? Dupping. We need to put on some dupping onto it. It's a wax type thing, and that protects the leather. Further waterproof. So I do that with my hill climbing boots, obviously. So I need to get some dupping, and so I think what we'll do, in fact, I took my bookcase away from here, and I've placed that into my kitchen area, which I'll show you, which I've been very busy with. This has come up all right. I mean, I had a disaster. Still got to show you the what I did. I'll load that. But at the end of the day, this £10 dresser has actually worked out really, really well, and it's all been cleaned, and it's absolutely spotless. And where I've resanded and stuff, I quite like the two-tone effect now. I think it looks shabby and chic, and I'm actually happy with it now. And it's a great storage area. I've got 6 deep drawers, so all my garments and stuff are in there. Everything's still got labels on it. I don't know, I always buy things. Look, I buy things and and these are good as well for keeping the any moths out. Living in the countryside, it's important to repel the moths, because they will come in during the winter. And you like my house, and they say, let's get into Andy's house and have a snug winter. This particular shoe is very comfortable indeed. But I mean, I paid a lot of money for these shoes. I went in a shoe binge one time, and I have to say I was quite chuffed. Can you believe that these shoes are actually already 14 and 15 years of age? It's quite incredulous actually, but and they've been well walked upon, and the soles are still quite fabulous. But that's what I was doing. I've been really busy. Believe it or not, spending time indoors yesterday was probably not on the cards, being such a lovely sunny day, but that said, I wanted to get on with I've washed all my shirts and they've all got washed and dried in the same day, so they're all neatly away now. And I like to do everything like that. And I've got all my denim jackets, which some I don't wear now, but I just give them all a wash, and they're all out in the washing line, and they should be dried off by today. That's my great grandmama. She's my guardian angel, and she sits and watches me every night as I sleep. I think that picture was taken in the 1930s. That's the lady who picked the bark off the tree and won a fabulous amount of money. I wished I'd been able to speak to her. That she died in 1949, unfortunately. And I put my boxing gloves up. I used to use these boxing gloves. I used to spend hours punching hell out of a punch bag in my homemade gymnasium when I was about, what, 16, 17-year-old, yeah. Talking about moths, see what I mean? They come in they come in to stay. I don't kill them. They're just a little insect. And they obviously like sitting there, sleeping. Incidentally, that clock as well in my bedroom was stopped. It's a First World War handmade clock. I'm right in saying it was German made. The guy told me it was some German made it in a POW camp here in the UK. I can't verify that completely, I'm afraid. But it stopped, and the reason for that is it's also been repaired, and it's been repaired with nylon instead of a proper coil. So I'm going to get it done because it's got a nice tick to it. But anyway, I love clocks. What I did yesterday as well, I transferred this is a painted bureau. It is internally, I mean, I've done this a long time ago, all my stuff's kept in there. I'll keep that. I've kept that white feather for a long time as well. But yeah, so I did paint the inside obviously, but I put all my books and CDs, which I normally do anyway, but I thought they're better in here, and I think it's come up really well just sitting in that corner alongside my Appalachian chair, or Appalachian chair, which I love to sit on next to my table. And this is my mummy's, and I managed to retrieve that from the house. Hey, boo boo. Got a lovely smile, isn't it? I really like that. But, I really like it. Sunflower face. So I just thought I'd stick it in here and put the dresser into the bedroom, and it's worked out really well. I was finding a lot of stuff in yesterday's process, and believe it or not, I've had these books in perfect condition since the 1970s, since I was a child. This is me winning a prize at the Horticultural Society for a miniature garden. I don't know what year that was, but I can't remember, to be honest, but it was certainly when I was quite young, probably about 73, 74 I reckon. And I found, I just talking about this recently, whether I loaded it, I do not know. But this is the order of service from the 4th of July 1973 at Moneyverde, and South Church is called. The South Church is more commonly known, at the corner of Comrie Street and Coldwellers Road. And unbelievable, I remember that day so well, because I got really into the Psalm 23, Lord's my shepherd, and then the song All Things Bright and Beautiful, which is not one of my favourites. It was then, I remember that getting sung, but I don't like it getting sung at funerals and stuff. I never think it's that great. But Lord's my shepherd is obviously Psalm 23 is obviously a favourite hymn. But this was presented to me back in early 1970 for my attendance at the Little Club, and these ones are for attendance at the church. What's this? 1 year regular, 2 years perfect and 1 year regular attendance. That's amazing. And this one as well. I kept everything from my childhood as I could possibly do, at least. And although I lost a lot of, I'll go into stories some other time, I lost heaps and heaps of photographs and all my toys, and I might tell you about it one day. And that's another one, a year's perfect and 1 year regular attendance at the church in Andrews. So I've always had these, and these books are almost in perfect condition. And I also found, well, I knew the way, I didn't find them. This is from a birthday present from my mum and dad, 1978, and it's the Young Naturalist Handbook, and this one was about animal tracks and sounds, and that was also from my birthday from my mum and dad, and that too was from 1978. Can you see that? Of course, at the 1978, being in your adolescence, Mum was obviously trying to keep me on the right tracks, and because just at that age you tend to be in the wrong crowd sometimes, and just being young, but that's why the athletics came along. And I'll give you this story about that. It still bemuses me and my coach. Well, he's no longer with us, unfortunately, but yeah, there's a story to everything in life, isn't there? But I'd hopefully agree that's looking quite good in there. Sorry, the shadows. It's, and this is this clock I got last year, and a barometer. You can see my clock fan. I love time. 11:11, isn't it? It's a timer. This goes on for, if you want to boil an egg and you're like me, you start to forget what you're doing, and that will zip off. Or if you put something in the oven, and well, like last night, I went through to the computer and I managed to burn my tea, which was not good after working so hard all day long. But I'd done a lot yesterday indoors, and as I said already, it was not the day to be inside, but I just thought I'll take advantage of it. That washing machine was going, I think it done 6 loads altogether yesterday. And I must say, well, yeah, I've taken all my herbs out the front. They weren't doing so very well, and there's too much shade in this kitchen. The aloe vera is alright, but and the rest of them are okay. But I put the herbs out front. I'll get them slung in. Been a busy time, I have to say. The last 4 to 5 weeks it's been quite industrious, but I'm chuffed that just doing a little every day can make great wonders. So I've cleared a lot of stuff and put a lot of stuff down to dump, and there's a lot of stuff I no longer need. And but I'll come back to different stories at different times, and keeping some of my herbs up top, but most of them have been in the cupboard. But I thought that was great, finding that yesterday. Just recently thinking about it too. I never knew that I'd kept that, but it's been in that one of my books for all these years. I'll show you a lot more of my nostalgic trinkets at some point, but actually, yes. Where is it, Andy? Sorry about the mess. Where did you put it, Andrew? It's here. This was my purse. This is what my little purse wallet. My mum gave me this. It's a Lusitania medal. The ship that went down. And I quite like it. But this little purse is where I used to keep my collection of money. And when I was a child, and I remember I was going down to the fun fair, the shows. I'd been to watch Live and Let Die at the cinema, and I met a couple of friends. I came back, and my granny says to me, "Where are you going?" I says, I'm going down to the shows." "Oh, you'll lose all your money, Andrew." And then she was, first time I seen my granny, not the first time, but one time she got really upset, and she threw she lifted the windows and she threw this down. And she says, "Here, take it, give it to the shows." And I can remember always having a pound inside it and a 50p piece. I didn't spend the pound, I have to say, but I did spend the 50p. She wanted me to save money. She actually gave me this very vintage savings money tin. Can you see? And I used to put the money in here. But it's emptied. There's nothing inside, and I don't have the key to get in anyway. But, yes, very nice, isn't it? Anyway, that's my trinkets for this morning. I'm going up to Small Glen now, after I have this cup of tea and a cigarette, and I'm going to what am I going to do? I'm going to collect wood and store it while it's still dry, you see. I'm going to take all the wood and collect it. So thanks for listening to this little stupid vlog.